Selena Quintanilla, known to the world as the Queen of Tejano music, was more than a superstar. She was an icon, a role model, and a symbol of Latin pride. Her talent, beauty, and charm captivated millions, transcending borders and uniting cultures. But on March 31st, 1995, her life was tragically cut short, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire and resonate to this day. Selena Quintanilla was born on April 16, 1971, in Lake Jackson, Texas, to Abraham Quintanilla Jr. and Marcela Quintanilla. As the youngest of 3 children, Selena grew up in a close-knit bilingual family with strong ties to their Mexican heritage. Her father, Abraham, had a background in music, having once been a part of a band called Los Dinos. When he noticed Selena's musical talent at a very young age, he became determined to nurture it, envisioning her potential as a performer. Her family was not wealthy, and they often struggled financially, which influenced Abraham's drive to help his children succeed. Selena's talent became evident when she was just 6 years old. Abraham recognized her unique voice and musical ability, which led him to introduce Selena to music early on. He trained her to sing and perform, eventually involving her siblings, Suzette and AB, to form a family band. The Quintanillas opened a Tex-Mex restaurant where the children performed to attract customers. Despite her youth, Selena's stage presence and powerful voice captivated local audiences, and she quickly gained a reputation as a young prodigy. When the family restaurant closed due to financial difficulties, the Quintanillas decided to fully commit to the music business. Abraham purchased an old bus, converted it into a tour vehicle, and the family traveled across Texas, performing at fairs, weddings, and other small events. Living on the road was challenging, especially for Selena and her siblings, who had to balance music with schoolwork and an unconventional lifestyle. Despite the hardships, Selena's love for performing kept her motivated and focused on her craft. Selena faced unique challenges as a young female performer in the Tejano music scene. At the time, Tejano music was a male-dominated genre, and Selena was initially met with resistance from promoters and audiences alike. She often performed in male-dominated venues where female Tejano singers were unheard of, but her father pushed her to break through these barriers.
It was kind of hard at first because of the fact I knew that it was a means of putting food on the table for the whole family. You know, we did it to make a living.
At the beginning, when they were very young, I guess in a sense you could say that, yeah, I forced them. Because kids at that age can't make up their mind what they want.
Selena gradually won over audiences with her charm, strong voice, and genuine passion for Tejano music, despite her limited fluency in Spanish. Abraham Quintanilla was a strict and determined figure in Selena's life, shaping not only her career, but also her discipline and dedication. He encouraged her to sing in Spanish to connect with Tejano audiences, and even hired a tutor to teach her the language. Selena's ability to sing in Spanish while embodying the vibrant Mexican-American culture made her an instant favorite, bridging cultural divides between English and Spanish-speaking audiences. Abraham's support and vision for Selena's career were essential in her early success.
She had the ability to interpret songs at such a young age with such feeling, with such emotion, with that teardrop in that vocal cord.
After signing with EMI, Selena took a conservative, traditional regional sound and spiced it with her own flair.
Selena's first breakthrough came in 1987 when she won the Tejano Music Award for Female Vocalist of the Year. This award marked a significant moment as it signaled her entry into the mainstream Tejano music scene. At just 15, she stood out not only for her voice but for her youthful, stylish appearance and infectious energy. Winning this award propelled Selena's career, attracting attention from record labels and music producers who saw her potential as a new face in the Tejano industry. Selena's music career gained momentum when she signed with EMI Latin in 1989. This deal provided her with the resources and distribution network she needed to reach a broader audience. Her debut album under EMI Latin, Selena, showcased her versatility and established her as a significant player in the industry. Her popularity grew rapidly, and her songs started climbing the charts, which solidified her as a rising star in Latin music. EMI Latin recognized her crossover appeal and saw her as a possible breakthrough artist for both English and Spanish-speaking markets. The release of her third studio album, Entre a mi Mundo, 1992, marked Selena's big breakthrough in the Tejano music genre. The album included the hit single Como la Flor, which became one of her most iconic songs and solidified her status as a Tejano superstar. The album topped the Billboard Regional Mexican Albums chart for 8 consecutive months, demonstrating Selena's appeal and growing fan base. Her success continued with Amor Prohibido, 1994, an album that broke records and brought Tejano music into the mainstream, reaching audiences outside of Texas and Latin America.
Selena Quintanilla! Selena Quintanilla! Selena Quintanilla!
In 1989, Selena met Chris Perez, a talented guitarist who joined her band, Selena y los Dinos. The two quickly developed a deep connection, sharing a love for music and a similar lifestyle on the road. As they spent more time together, their relationship blossomed, but they were initially forced to keep it a secret due to the strict rules imposed by Selena's father, Abraham. Abraham was concerned that a romantic relationship would distract Selena from her career and was protective of her reputation in the conservative Tejano music industry. Selena and Chris's relationship grew stronger despite the secrecy, and they eventually fell deeply in love. Chris was captivated by Selena's personality, kindness, and genuine nature. Their bond went beyond music. They shared a mutual respect and support for each other's dreams. While Abraham's opposition created stress and tension, Selena and Chris were determined to be together. Chris was willing to support Selena's career and make sacrifices to ensure that they could be together without compromising her success. When Abraham discovered the relationship, he was furious and attempted to put an end to it by firing Chris from the band. Selena was heartbroken by the situation, as she loved both her father and Chris dearly. Faced with an ultimatum, Selena chose to follow her heart. In 1992, at the age of 20, Selena and Chris decided to elope, hoping that marriage would eventually bring Abraham's acceptance. Their wedding was a simple and private affair, without the knowledge or approval of her family. The marriage initially strained Selena's relationship with her father, who felt betrayed by the secrecy. However, he eventually accepted their relationship, recognizing the genuine love and commitment between Selena and Chris. Abraham's acceptance marked a turning point, and Chris was allowed back into the band. Selena's love life remained out of the public eye, and she focused on her career, showing fans that she was both a dedicated artist and a loyal partner. As a couple, Selena and Chris shared a deep connection and supported each other through the challenges of fame. Chris admired Selena's dedication to her family, her ambition, and her humility, despite her growing popularity. Their relationship was a rare example of genuine love and respect in the demanding music industry. They managed to maintain a stable, loving relationship amid their hectic schedules, showcasing Selena's ability to balance her personal life with her demanding career. Despite the challenges they faced, Selena and Chris shared a harmonious and loving marriage. They became a symbol of a strong, supportive partnership, with Chris playing a crucial role in Selena's life as both a husband and bandmate. Their relationship endured until Selena's untimely death, and Chris's continued admiration and respect for her after her passing only underscored the strength of their bond. Selena's love story with Chris remains one of the most cherished aspects of her life, illustrating her warmth and commitment to those closest to her. Selena's popularity extended to her entrepreneurial ventures. In addition to her music, she launched 2 boutiques under the name Selena Etc., which featured clothing lines and designs inspired by her unique fashion sense. This business venture allowed her to connect with fans in a new way and opened the door for Latina women in the fashion industry. Her boutiques became popular destinations, allowing fans to feel closer to her through her fashion and creativity. Her iconic status was amplified by her charm and relatability. Despite her success, Selena remained grounded and approachable, often interacting with fans and showing appreciation for their support. She spoke openly about her Mexican-American heritage, becoming a positive role model for young Latinos who saw themselves reflected in her success. Her bilingualism and ability to bridge cultural gaps made her a trailblazer in an industry where such representation was rare. Yolanda Saldívar entered Selena's life in the early 1990s as a dedicated fan. She had been captivated by Selena's music and admired her deeply. Yolanda reached out to Selena's family and expressed her desire to start a fan club, which she believed would strengthen Selena's connection with her fans. Her enthusiasm and dedication impressed Selena's father, Abraham, who allowed her to start the fan club and manage its activities. This role brought Yolanda into the Quintanilla family's inner circle, establishing a seemingly close bond with Selena.
And I'm the one that suggested, well, what about that girl that runs the fan club in San Antonio? She looks pretty, like a nice person. And that's how Yolanda came into the picture.
It was then that she hired me in '94.
Even though you had no business experience?
Even though I had no business experience.
As the fan club grew, Yolanda became more involved in Selena's life and eventually earned the trust of her family. She was promoted to manage Selena's boutiques, where she oversaw operations and managed finances. Yolanda took on various responsibilities and seemed to take her role seriously. To Selena, Yolanda was not just an employee, but a friend, someone who genuinely admired and supported her. Yolanda's dedication seemed sincere, and Selena trusted her implicitly, which only strengthened their bond. However, as Yolanda's role within Selena's life grew, her behavior became increasingly possessive and controlling. She was known to be overly protective of Selena, to the point where some people found her behavior unsettling. Employees at Selena's boutiques reported Yolanda's erratic behavior and expressed concerns about her management style. But Selena, who was known for her kindness and loyalty, continued to give Yolanda the benefit of the doubt, brushing off these concerns as minor misunderstandings. Eventually, Selena and her family began to notice financial discrepancies in the boutique's accounts, which were under Yolanda's control. When employees and fans started reporting issues with unpaid fan club memberships and missing payments, Abraham became suspicious. He confronted Yolanda about these discrepancies, but she denied any wrongdoing. The Quintanillas' growing mistrust led to tension in their relationship with Yolanda, yet Selena tried to handle the situation delicately, not wanting to believe that her friend could betray her. As the allegations against Yolanda mounted, Selena decided to confront her directly. She was torn between loyalty to Yolanda and a sense of responsibility to her business and fans. Selena hoped that the situation could be resolved amicably, and despite her family's warnings, she agreed to meet with Yolanda to retrieve important financial documents. This decision would ultimately prove to be a tragic mistake, as Yolanda's obsession and betrayal would soon lead to an unimaginable outcome. In retrospect, Selena's friendship with Yolanda became a cautionary tale of misplaced trust and loyalty. Selena's compassionate nature led her to give people second chances, a trait that endeared her to fans but ultimately placed her in harm's way. The betrayal by someone she considered a friend left fans heartbroken and added a tragic dimension to her story, reminding people of the complexities of fame and the dangers of trust in the wrong people. On the morning of March 31st, 1995, Selena agreed to meet Yolanda Saldívar at a Days Inn motel in Corpus Christi, Texas. Yolanda had claimed that she possessed important financial documents Selena needed for her business records. Despite her family's warnings, Selena trusted Yolanda enough to meet with her privately, hoping to resolve the issue peacefully. Tragically, this meeting marked the end of Selena's life, as Yolanda's escalating obsession and anger culminated in a violent confrontation. During the meeting, an argument broke out between Selena and Yolanda. Tensions rose, and as Selena attempted to leave the room, Yolanda pulled out a .38 caliber revolver and shot Selena in the back. Critically injured, Selena managed to flee to the lobby, where she collapsed while pleading for help. She identified Yolanda as her attacker before losing consciousness. Selena was rushed to the hospital, but despite efforts to save her, she was pronounced dead that afternoon at the age of 23. The world was shocked, and fans mourned the loss of a beloved star. The police quickly apprehended Yolanda Saldívar, who initially barricaded herself in her vehicle with the weapon, threatening suicide. After a tense standoff lasting nearly 10 hours, Yolanda was taken into custody. Her arrest marked the beginning of a highly publicized investigation, as fans and media speculated about her motives. Yolanda claimed the shooting was an accident, but evidence and testimonies presented a different story, pointing toward premeditation and obsession.
After that,
I turned around, I saw Yolanda and Selena coming out from 158, and Selena was coming out of the room yelling, "Help, help!" And that's when Yolanda, shot her in the back. Yolanda announced, "You bitch," and then she turned around.
What is your location? Days in Motel. It's 901 Navigation Boulevard. What's wrong, ma'am? We have a woman ran in the lobby, said she's been shot. She's laying on the floor in her blood. Okay. Where are you? How old is she? She looks about 20. Okay, who shot her? Where is she? She's in the lobby right now? Yes, ma'am. She just passed out. Okay. I already have to call in. I think you need to send a police unit, too. It'll go off for me. Okay. Somebody give us some information so we can get the suspect. Okay. You don't know anything else about who might have done it or anything like that? It's another lady. That's all I know. We're trying to find out. Okay. And this lady's about 40 years old? 20. Okay. Yolanda? She's a suspect? Oh, okay, ma'am. What's her last name? Thank you. 911 emergency. We need a police officer. Someone's been shot over here at Navigation. Days in? At Days in? Yes. Okay, what room number? Huh? What room number? She's out here in the parking lot, 158. Okay, who shot her? The lady in 158 shot the lady over here. Okay, is the lady in 158 still there? I don't know. They shot somebody. She's taking off. She's with a vehicle on foot? She's in a vehicle on foot. They don't know. Well, we need somebody can give us some information so we can get the suspect. I've already got the ambulance and the police over there. They're en route. I need a car. I need a race car. What does she look like? Her name? Yes. Yolanda. Yolanda? Uh-huh. She's a suspect? Yes, ma'am. What's her last name? Saldívar. Saldívar. She's with Selena Incorporated, the lady from the singer. Okay, but where did she go? Do you know if she ran out? Which way she ran? What is she wearing? Yeah, we've already got the police and the ambulance en route over there, but if somebody can give me some information, we can catch her. She can't tell me nothing. The lady that shot's laying here on the floor. Okay, where did she get shot at? What part of her body? Part of the body that she... That's police are on the phone. Yeah. What part of the body did she get shot at? In her back. In the back. Yeah. Okay, if y'all come across any information about the suspect, you call me right back, okay? Yes. All right, bye-bye.
of fans gathered near the motel parking lot, witnessing a bizarre standoff between police SWAT teams and Yolanda, sitting in a truck. For nearly 10 hours, she held a gun to her head.
You're looking at a live picture right now, coming to you from Navigation, where the standoff continues.
Police say CPR began immediately, but Selena was in critical condition when she left the scene in an ambulance.
The suspect, Yolanda Saldívar, came out of the truck. The police officers used the door to bump her. They pushed her down to the ground. They jumped on top of her and restrained her. She did not have a weapon at that time, which is how they were able to do that. We were watching it from across the street. We also had a lot of information from one of the guests that was inside the hotel who described everything play by play. He said that she was extremely emotionally fatigued, and when I asked the assistant police chief what it was that actually helped get her out in the end, he said she just plain got tired.
She will be placed for the time being in administrative segregation, and as a matter of fact, here she comes now. There she is already in her prison whites, again surrounded by corrections officers and Nueces County Sheriff J.P. Luby with her. She is shackled. Her hands and her feet are shackled. She is still wearing the Nueces County uniform. She will be showered inside and given the Texas Department of Corrections uniform to wear.
She has since pleaded not guilty to murder. Her lawyer declined comment on both the murder charges and the allegations of financial misconduct.
When you heard Selena had been shot, what occurred to you?
I knew it was Yolanda. Instantly. She wanted to get back at Selena, and she figured, hey, I did all this for you. If I can't have you, no one else can, and she killed her.
That morning,
when Selena arrived? Did she say she wanted to fire you?
That never. She never told me that. I was telling her to leave. And I said, it's over, Selena. It's over. I can't work for you no more. I can't work for you no more. She went down. She grabbed my feet and told me not to leave her. And I picked her up and I told her, just leave. And I said, if you don't leave, I'm going to do it, Selena. And she got up and she says, Mom, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. I'm going to close the door. And when she was walking to the door, she was going at an angle. And I told her, don't close the door. And in that instant, the gun went off.
But why didn't it hit you?
Because I was pointing to the door, and it just went.
Grammy Award-winning music star Selena has been shot and killed in Texas.
Corpus Christi's Selena.
Tejano music star Selena.
Dead at the age of 23.
The suspect in the shooting has been holding police at bay for hours.
One of the biggest stars in Tejano music. She was shot twice in the back.
The accused murderer is Yolanda Saldívar, a friend and founder of Selena's fan club.
Saldívar had been accused of embezzling funds. Selena apparently went to the hotel to fire her.
Never in the history of Corpus Christi has someone's death had this much impact.
Friday, March 31st.
Selena Quintanilla's funeral on April 3, 1995, drew thousands of grieving fans from across the United States and beyond. Held at the Bayfront Plaza Convention Center in Corpus Christi, Texas, the public viewing gave fans a chance to say their final goodbyes to the beloved Tejano singer. The open casket, which was eventually covered with a glass lid to prevent overcrowding and touching, allowed mourners to see Selena one last time, dressed in a signature purple outfit, her favorite color. Her fans, many of whom waited in line for hours in the sweltering Texas heat, brought flowers, letters, and candles as offerings to honor her memory. People wept openly, unable to hold back their grief for the singer whose music had profoundly impacted their lives. The sight of so many people, young and old, Latino and non-Latino, spanning generations, underscored Selena's unifying influence and the depth of her connection with her audience. Her tragic loss left a lasting wound in the hearts of fans, and the overwhelming turnout for her funeral became a poignant testament to the love and admiration Selena inspired around the world. Yolanda's trial, which took place in October 1995, was one of the most sensationalized cases in Texas history. The prosecution presented evidence that Yolanda had deliberately lured Selena to the motel, intending to confront her. Witnesses testified to Yolanda's increasingly obsessive behavior, and the prosecution argued that her actions were driven by jealousy and a desire for control over Selena's life. Yolanda's defense, however, insisted that the shooting was accidental, resulting from a moment of emotional instability. The jury deliberated for less than 3 hours, before finding Yolanda Saldívar guilty of first-degree murder. She was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. The verdict provided a sense of justice for Selena's family and fans, yet it did little to ease the grief and loss that accompanied her untimely death. Selena's fans continued to mourn her passing, remembering her as a vibrant, talented artist who was taken far too soon. Since Selena's passing, her family has worked tirelessly to honor her memory and protect her legacy. The Quintanillas established the Selena Foundation, which supports charitable causes and educational programs in Selena's honor. Through this foundation, the family hopes to keep Selena's spirit alive by giving back to the community and providing opportunities for young people. This work is a testament to Selena's compassion and generosity, values her family continues to promote in her memory.
I didn't think I was going to make it through that, you know. I just wanted to wake her up. I could see her like when she'd be asleep, you know, and she'd be like that. And she looked beautiful even like that. She was always giving people the benefit of the doubt, you know, and look what it got her.
Selena era de las mejores artistas de Texas. Cuando murió, lo sentimos muy profundo en nuestros corazones. Nosotros la seguimos echando de menos. but Tejanic music will carry on in Selena's legacy.
Right after everything that I had to learn to live again, you know.
Well, I thought I had your heart to keep forever. Ain't it funny how it is?
Have a dream, don't let anybody take it away. And you always believe that the impossible is always possible.
When you're gone, how do you want to be remembered?
As not only as an entertainer, but as a person who cared a lot, and I gave the best that I could, and I tried to be the best role model that I possibly could, and the best person that I could. I tried to help out.